What's up guys, and I'm finally back with another review, and the review of the Spider-Man that you guys voted for. School started back up again, unfortunately, so I have to duck, dodge, and weave to find some time to make videos, but thankfully I found some time, so here we are. Now by this point a bunch of you guys out there probably already have him, but he's a cool figure anyway, so let's go and take a closer look. Starting with the box front, we get that nice vintage packaging showing off the awesome old cartoon artwork. You can actually still watch it on Disney Plus if you guys have that. Then you got the back with more of that cool cartoon artwork. It brings back so many memories. Then you got some wording there, some obviously how to put his head on, the other figures, and the UPC. Alright, and got him out of the package again, and somehow I surprisingly got him out without destroying the card back. I was able to pull it out on the bottom there, and it kind of lifted up like so, and everything stayed intact. So technically I could just glue this right back down and it would look just fine. So that's interesting. I'm probably going to throw it away anyways. But anyways, let's go and get into close-ups. Alright, and starting with the head, we get the usual Spider-Man chrome smooth dome, I guess. Not really chrome, but it's got a matte finish actually. So the spider weblings actually stick really nice to it. Now the web detail is just all paint deco as it is throughout the rest of the figure, but unfortunately for mine, looks like right there on the forehead, I guess it's a separate paint application and it's a little bit off, which is kind of irritating, but it's okay because with the accessory head that it comes with, it's all lined up much better. So I'll probably just use this one if I ever use, close-up photography shots. So, but aside from that forehead, the rest of it is actually pretty well lined up, so can't really complain too much there. Emphasis on the too much. And moving into the body, we get some nice muscle sculpture there. As you can see, lots of details, definitely super ripped, but slender Spider-Man. Got a little bit of red shining through right there, but oh well, I guess maybe they used red plastic and then painted blue on top. And the web details are painted right on there, just like the old Toy Biz Spider-Man that they based this off of, which I used to have as a kid and then lost with all my other toys, unfortunately. But there's the back there with his spider logo. That's pretty well painted and pretty crisp as well. Some more of the weblings and some more muscle sculpt. Oh, look, he's got some wrinkles on his booty. And moving into his arm, there's a little bit of messy paint application right there, unfortunately, but the other side's not bad. But a cool thing is that the web application goes all the way into his butterfly joint, which is pretty nice on both sides there. Definitely a nice touch. Same thing with the torso there. When you move that back, for the most part it goes all the way in, and then, well, there's no paint on the back there, but yeah, that's a nice touch. Oh, and don't forget that part too. Woo, look at that. It goes, oh, wait, hold on, move it in a little bit more, and there we go. Now it's lined up. Not bad. And going back into the arm, you see the rest of the paint application details there, which is pretty accurately applied. Although these joints here being red as opposed to blue, I mean, it works on the other side, not so much on this side, but that just seems to be a little Spider-Man thing that they like to do. They did the same with the pizza face Spider-Man, I think. But on the bright side, if they ever bring the whole pinless joint stuff that they're moving to with all the other figures to the Spider-Man, these will be a non-issue in the future. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. There's his hands there. It's pretty squishy too, so you don't have to worry about his fingers snapping off, thankfully. Alright, and then moving down into his legs here, he's got some super thunder thigh muscles there, although there's a little kind of marring matte finish on that side versus this side where it's shiny, so little inconsistencies, unfortunately. Lego Jumbo. And then there's the rest of the legs there going down here. We got more of that web application that actually looks pretty nice. Surprised how very accurate they did it. So definitely great machines, whatever they use. He's got really big feet too, by the way. And there's the bottom of it with more Lego Jumbo and Pegels. And going into articulation, his head rotates in a circle and has some good side to side as well as up and down, although his joint's really weird. If you look here, most of you probably have him already, but if you don't, see, that's normal, but he's got this interesting cutout here, and it's not your typical rotating forward and back. It's kind of a swivel joint, so that's kind of an interesting design. I'm not sure if they did that before, but it's the first time for me. And his arm rotates in the usual circle. His shoulder goes up about that much, and then he's got the bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then his hand spins in a circle as usual and does a flap-a-doodle. And he's got really impressive range on his butterfly joint. Check this out. That center line, there's all the way back and all the way forward. Pretty impressive. And he's got great torso pivot as well. It spins in a full circle, got some great side to side right there, and it goes quite a bit back if you isolate that little waist swivel there, and then it goes that far forward. Then when you add the waist swivel, he goes really far back and way far forward. It's not really a swivel, is it now? Nope, it's just a pivot, a waist pivot. And then moving into the legs, he's got that interesting kind of extra extension right there. As you can see, we'll zoom in there. You can kind of see that little pivot joint there, and it allows him to go up and down just like in SH Figuarts, and also just like the new G.I. Joes here. I'm not sure if they've actually done this before in Marvel Legends. See there, it's got the up and down like that. So I don't know if this is a first for Marvel Legends or if it's just a first for me, but it's pretty cool. I definitely like that. And because of that pivot, you can pivot it down and then the leg goes quite a bit forward, but of course you still get the limited back because of the booty sculpt. And you get some pretty impressive splits for Marvel Legends, although it still doesn't beat the G.I. Joe, so I don't know what it is about Marvel Legends, but they just can't get the splits. And then he has your friendly neighborhood thigh swivel, as well as your friendly neighborhood double jointed knee, and then also a calf swivel, and then his foot goes that far forward, that far back, and the usual swivel. And as a side note, he's very easy to balance because all his joints are smooth yet still have good tension to them, and overall the weight disbursement of this figure, the plastic, is just really well done, so he's really easy to balance. Love it. Love it. And for accessorization, he comes with that other head I showed you earlier, and you just pop it on like so, and that's pretty much it. Nothing to it. It's got some better paint lines there compared to the other head, but yeah, it's just a head with squinting eyes. And then he comes with 2 additional fist hands, which you can just swap out if you don't want his web slinger hand. That's pretty much it. Pretty bare bones packaging there, but oh well. And for some comparisons, here he is next to his fellow Marvel Legends Spider Dudes, as well as the out-of-scale Marvel Select Spider-Man Far From Home dude. Here he is next to some G.I. Joe Not So Classified. Here they are next to some Power Rangers Lightning Caused a Power Outage at the Factory, which is why they have such bad paint job figures. What type of pose is that, Jason? And finally, here he is next to some super tiny, super cool, super impulse figures. Like how I did that. Eyes down here, yo. Well guys, overall he's a great figure, but we all know that already, so I'd like to dedicate the outro to Chadwick Boseman. He broke barriers and undoubtedly has defined a generation. Death is not the end, and may his legacy live on in peace and in power. Wakanda forever.